welcome everybody. I'm president of the Rotary Club of World Disability Advocacy. We're coming up on our 3rd anniversary in June. So we're a young club. We work on, focus on the human rights for people with disabilities around the world. And we have a lot of global projects going on at this moment. So I welcome you all to our monthly meeting, and we're going to start off this meeting with a very special event in Rotary, and that's the induction of a new member. We have with us today Diana, and Diana is I don't know what to say about you, Diana. You are definitely, I say that you are the mother of our club. This club exists because of her. She wanted to make it happen while she was district governor, and she did everything and made it happen. So God bless her for that. And she's been our advisor ever since. In addition to that, she does the best induction I have ever seen in my life. So I'm going to pin her, and I'm going to also pin you, gallery. I'm going to pin Dr. Rogers, and I'm going to turn this over to you, Diana, as soon as I do that. Okay, you're all pinned. Diana, it's all yours.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, Ken, for this nice introduction. As I always say, I did my best when we were chartering the club, but it was a team effort. If we didn't have so many supporters and the real need and the passion to start that club, it would never happen. So back to the most important part of Rotarian life, and this is my humble opinion, the induction. The induction is the most important moment of beginning any Rotary journey. And I'm thrilled to be conducting the induction ceremony. This is my personal favorite, and I would like to thank you all that you always invite me to inducting new members. On behalf of the Rotary Club of World Disability Advocacy in Rotary District 7910, it's my privilege to introduce a new member, Dr. Leslie Rogers from Fayetteville, North Carolina, with her sponsor, Dr. Tristaka McRae. Rotary is an organization of business and professional people pledged to uphold the highest ethical and moral standards by following the 4-way test. This is our Rotarian ethical guide that we use in our personal and professional relationships. We are people of action with the responsibility to serve, to help, to bring hope, to transform, and to change lives. We are people of passion for service. We live by our motto of service above self. Leslie, you are chosen to become a member of the Rotary Club of World Disability Advocacy because you have been working tirelessly and advocating for the rights of people with disabilities. And because you possess the qualities to champion the message and principles of Rotary. You have been an active ambassador, carrying the ideals of service to all within your sphere of influence. Your club members and all members of our 49 clubs in District 7, 9, 10, which is Central Massachusetts and Metro West in the United States, believe that you, as a member of the club, you'll create hope and you'll change lives. We all look forward to share our fellowship in Rotary. When we joined Rotary,
Can you, everybody mute, please? That would be great if you could do that. Much
Thank you.
appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you. When we joined Rotary, we become a part of something much bigger than ourselves. We are the first service organization in the world founded in 1905 in Chicago by a lawyer named Paul Harris. He started it as a group of 4 businessmen, and they wanted a connection with businesses in a new city. All 4 of them just moved there with their families. What they started as a small group of 4 networking. They ended up creating an organization dedicated to encouraging and fostering the ideal of service in the world. The group of 4 grew into a worldwide organization of 1.4 million members today in more than 220 countries. In fact, I cannot help myself but mentioning that. If you think of it, we are the original social network. And you would ask why? How is it possible? Back in 1905, social networking, that was not a thing. Well, if you think of it, when you talk to a Rotarian, when you shake a hand of a Rotarian or connect online, you are within reach of 1.4 million people living by the values of the 4-way test and living up to the motto of service above self. This is the power of Rotary. Leadership in Rotary is 1 year. The Rotary year starts July 1 and ends on 30th of June of the following year. Every year, the Rotary International president presents the theme for his or her year for Rotarians around the world. This year, the year 23-24, the theme of Rotary International President Gordon McInally from Scotland is Create Hope in the World. That theme matches perfectly the cause of this club. Rotary International President Gordon elaborates. The goal is to restore hope, to help the world heal from destructive conflicts, and in turn, to help us achieve lasting change for ourselves. This is how Rotary brings lasting change to the world. One restored or newly created hope at a time. Another focus of Rotary International President Gordon is close to the heart and the soul of your club, and to the life dedication of our newest member, Dr. Leslie, mental health. Rotary members offer hope to those affected by mental health challenges, a crisis that was exacerbated by COVID-19 pandemic. As a result, more and more people around the world have been affected by those challenges. And more people around the world are facing mental health issues. And yet, seeking assistance, seeking help, is often perceived as a sign of weakness. Nothing could be further from the truth, Rotary International President Gordon said. Reaching out for help is courageous, and continuing on a path toward wellness is even more so. He added that Rotary will work tirelessly to improve mental health services this year and beyond. Rotary is an organization that takes care of its members as well as the people it serves. President Gordon said, any mental health professional will tell you that by helping others, we essentially help ourselves. Leslie, you're joining this club as a Rotarian, and we are in March of 2024. We have already been announced the new theme for the Rotary year 24-25. And the Rotary International President-elect, Stephanie Urchi, announced the new theme. And it is magic Rotary. But magic, don't think of it as a, waving wands and speaking funny words. Magic when we do service to change people's lives. Rotary International President-elect Stephanie calls on us to amplify the organization's power to save lives and create this Rotary magic. With every project completed, every dollar donated, and every new member. Leslie, do the Rotary magic by creating hope in the world through peace and love, and acting upon it to help achieve lasting change. Create room for everyone. Care for yourself and others. Be a part of our big Rotary family. It is truly an honor and privilege to welcome to the Rotary family the newest Rotarian, Leslie Rogers. Congratulations.
Oh my goodness, that was amazing. Am I supposed to speak, or can I say a few words?
Of course, of course, that's the next one. I think my Zoom froze for a second here. I'm sorry about that. The wonders of technology, right? I'd like to really welcome you. I was at the meeting a couple of weeks ago or last month when you were the speaker. You presented your lifelong dedication to us, and you shared your experiences, and it was so inspiring and so powerful, and I'd like to thank you for that. But now I'd like to ask you, what made you look at Rotary, and what you wanna, how do you wanna connect, and how do you wanna do this magic that we've been talking about within Rotary? Please, Leslie.
Absolutely. First, please allow me to say I'm deeply honored and privileged to stand here, to sit here actually, and become inducted into this membership of the Rotary Club of World Disability Advocacy is such a privilege and honor. So one of my roles as a psychologist is to try at best to end worldwide stigmas. stigmas around mental illness. And I firmly believe that fostering awareness and understanding of mental health, including sensitive topics such as suicide and trauma, which are universal, right? Not only based on one person, is universal. Suicide and trauma is crucial to achieving this goal by spreading awareness, by promoting, and I believe that by promoting open dialogue, education, and compassion, we can dismantle the barriers that perpetuate stigma and discrimination. And it is through collective effort and advocacy that we can create a more supportive and accepting society for individuals facing mental health challenges. So my mission is to, and everyone knows this about me, even on social media, is to target stigmas so that we can get the help that we need, so that people can get the help that they need when faced with mental illness. And as we know, you guys are from all over the world. And there are many stigmas and many ways of dealing with mental illnesses in every country. And there are some countries that don't recognize mental illness, right? So there's a lot to talk about in this area. And so that's where I come in. I do have a private practice here in North Carolina. And actually, I just signed a contract to do work with disability, do disability assessments for persons applying for disability here in the U.S. So yeah, to help people overcome, the stigmas and so that they can get the help that they need without fear or anxiety toward ridicule or backlash or what people are going to say about them, the social anxieties around that. So that's my goal and my mission, and hopefully I can be a part of that with you all and helping you all talk about difficult topics. There are difficult topics. I listed suicide and trauma. Those are only some. And when I talk about stigmas, we talk about stigmas around institutionalized stigmas, cultural stigmas, family stigmas. We have stigmas in our own families, right? To raise those discussions and talk about them in an open forum that's safe and compassionate, such as this forum, and other platforms as well. So that's my goal, and that's why it's amazing to have the opportunity to join such a prestigious organization such as yours.
Thank you, Leslie. And you're in the right place. And again, I will, repeat President Gordon's words about, by helping others, we essentially help ourselves. And this is the beauty of the circle of life, right? I have a question. You are not the first Rotarian in your family, are you?
No, my dad, Kenneth Bonds, he's actually on here today. He's a member of the Rotary Club out of Washington, D.C.
Okay, would you tell us a little bit about that? What was your experience, having your dad being a Rotarian it is, your family is becoming part of the Rotary legacy, with more than one member, more than one generation. So just tell us a little bit about that.
Absolutely. So he's been trying to encourage me to join Rotary for years. And I was, starting to get my career up and running. So my background, I'm former law enforcement. I was with the FBI for 25 years. Then I left the FBI and became a psychologist. So as you can imagine, my journey has been really challenging some and difficult and busy, and I just didn't have the time to join. And it wasn't until now that I started my own practice that Dr. Tristica was like, wow, you should join our Rotary Club. And I was looking at this time and found that I finally had the time to dedicate to such a cause. But I was first introduced by my father, who's on here now, Kenneth Barnes, out of Washington, D.C. And it wasn't until now that I really had the time to kind of dedicate.
Thank you. Thank you, Leslie, and thank you, Rotarian Barnes, for bringing into our family Leslie. Thank you. And thank you for your
Thank you.
service.
Thank
Thank you, Diane. Thank you,
I'm so
Diane.
proud. I'm so proud of her. Thank you.
And thank you, Dr. Rogers, and thank you, Mr. Barnes, for bringing up such a beautiful daughter. So, in many ways.